Turning now to NBC5 Investigates with a story about a controversial type of gun used by Chicago police. Earlier this year, CPD decided to phase out the use of Sig Sauer P320s. The move comes after years of lawsuits from dozens of police officers and civilians across this country who sued the gun maker, alleging they were injured after the weapon misfired. Chicago's police union is accusing the police department of not moving fast enough to get rid of the gun. And a federal judge has given CPD until this week to explain how many officers are still carrying it. Here's investigative reporter Bennett Haberly.
Videos like these have been used in lawsuits against the gunmaker Sig Sauer, alleging their P320 pistol can misfire without a trigger pull.
I still, to this day, have 2/3 of the rounds in my right leg.
Marcy Vadnais said it happened to her in 2018. The now medically retired former officer from Virginia says she was sitting in her vehicle when her gun misfired while it was holstered. X-rays show the close-range gunshot shattered her femur.
It took me a long time to be okay to talk about this because I did struggle a lot with, one, the injury, the pain.
She sued Sig Sauer in 2019 and later settled for an undisclosed amount. She's not alone. A 2023 investigation by the Washington Post and the nonprofit newsroom The Trace found at least 100 people reported misfires. More than 90 said they were injured.
We've had victories and we've had some losses.
Attorney Jeff Bagnell says the results of dozens of lawsuits has been mixed, with some of his clients like Marcy earning settlements. Sig Sauer has won at least 2 jury cases and, according to court records, has denied liability and challenged the testimony of experts who said the gun was defective. While the company offers a pistol upgrade program, it also says the original version of the P320 meets and exceeds all U.S. safety standards.
This weapon is dangerous. Nobody should ever have their hands on this weapon.
This spring, Chicago police formulated a plan to move away from the P320.
At that point, it was like, what does this mean?
But the union president says the department may not be moving fast enough.
If something is dangerous, like a firearm, to the point where you had to ban it, it should be off the street immediately.
In a sworn affidavit filed last month, a Chicago police firearms supervisor said that CPD held an April meeting to address safety concerns with the P320, where they developed a plan to phase out the weapon. 1,500 officers, or close to 13% of the force, were using it as their service weapon. As of mid-September, most had purchased a new alternative gun. But 780 officers still had their P320s, and their transitions to a new gun were pending due to the holster availability or scheduled pickup times. In an order signed by a federal judge, she raised her own concerns, writing that any officer whose possession of an alternative weapon should be required immediately to use it.
The union says the city generally gives stipends to help officers cover expenses like replacement guns. The judge gave the city of Chicago until this week to provide further information on how many officers still carry a P320 and when they plan to stop. Sig Sauer has previously stated that it denies that its gun is defective and that accidental discharges are not uncommon in a variety of guns. Bennett Haberly, NBC5 Investigates.
Bennett, thank you.